Hey, how's it going, YouTubians? This is once again Simply Watching Aguilar, and I'd like to welcome you. We're here with the awesome mighty Ford Ranger once again, and first episode we got a chance to look at it, clean it a little bit, but now we're actually going to dive right in and get to some of the issues that this car has. Well, some of the things that we've noticed. We went over the engine last time, but now I want to show you some of the parts that I'm looking forward to possibly even changing and you know, hopefully improving the performance of this truck. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it is that we're going to do. You can see here we are. I discovered last time that I believe it's the water pump. I think the water pump is starting to go out on me because I had a little bit of a leak last time. Let's see if I can bring you on down here. But what happened, and you can see right here, I have some fluid that came out. These parts over here look a little bit rusty. But what I'm talking about specifically is down here. I don't know if this angle will work. Probably not. Let me just show you the fan. We showed you guys the fan last time, right? I think the water pump, we can probably see it a little bit better from this other side here. From this angle. I think that's gonna do it. I think that just might do it right there. Hopefully you guys can see that. But what's happening with this water pump is that it apparently is starting to leak. Right there, you can probably see it right there. And I'm gonna have to change it out. All right, there's your water pump for you. So we're gonna change the hoses, we're gonna change the water pump, we're gonna change a few things on this truck. Heater core and heater hoses, all that stuff. And as best as I can, here are the items that I have for this truck. Sorry if you hear the airplane flying by. But this is what I want to do to it. So I have a few items here. Hey guys, I know. Why don't we go ahead and guess how many airplanes we hear throughout this entire episode? I think that might be fun. Put it on the comments, please. And we're going to take a look at them and get a little bit more intimate with these parts, right? Because they're going to go on this awesome Ranger. I wish I was like one of those YouTubers with great experience and great knowledge and great know-how. You know, when a lot of these YouTubers, they just like go to their engine and say, you know what, it's gonna go on, bam, in a snap. But I'm not really quite there yet. So let's see if I can try this. If I were to stand here, usually a lot of them, you know, have their hands out here and say, all right guys, here we go, ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, I'm obviously not that good at this, but I mean the parts are on the car, but they're not on the car, right? Sorry, I'm not really good at that. But anyhow, let me show you what it is that I have exactly that I'm going to be working on. And I mentioned to you guys briefly moments ago. But what we are going to be doing is we're going to try to work on a few things here, right? Obviously, I have the radiator fan that we're going to install, and I'm going to try to go ahead and put all the links to the parts that I got down below so you guys can look them up as well and get them. And of course, I shopped around Rock Auto, Parts Geek or Geek Parts, eBay, Amazon, even my local sellers, and I think I got the best deal that I could in shopping around a little bit. I did not buy everything from one place, but most of it was from eBay. Nevertheless, there were some other parts that I got elsewhere, right? So anyhow, so this is of course is the radiator fan, and this right here is going to be, or is, our radiator clutch, right? And that's gonna go right there. Hopefully I don't mess it up, right? It'll go right there. And then we also have the upper and lower radiator hoses, right? I also have the two hoses for the heater core, right? 1, 2, and those are going to go to here right? I got one of those as well. I got a new wire set, NGK wire set for spark plugs when we change that out. And of course, we also got some new NGK spark plugs, iridium. I also have a fuel filter for this guy, Motorcraft fuel filter, and hopefully, you know, that works out okay for us as well. We also have the radiator cap. We got a new one, of course, because we're putting in a new radiator, as you guys can see over there. That's going to go on there. We also have a thermostat, right? A Gates thermostat. That's going to go in there. And of course, we have this big old box that says right there exactly what it is, right? So this is a water pump, a Bosch water pump that we're going to put on there and look nice, right? Very nice looking water pump. And that's all going to go on there, right? So I think if I don't mess this up too much, hopefully it'll work out okay. If not, then well, you're gonna see me calling one of my mechanic buddies to come and help me out. And of course, this is a radiator that we got for our truck. Brand new, made in China. Hopefully it works okay. You know, we did have a little issue with shipping. There was a little plastic piece that broke or cracked, and hopefully it's not dire for this radiator, because if it is, well, then I'm in trouble, right? I'm gonna go ahead and keep this radiator. But what it is this little plastic prong that goes right here, and maybe I'll show you guys a picture for a little bit closer. That plastic little prong right there cracked or broke off during the transport. I'm not going to say what company it was, but I guess it happens, right? But still, I did have the option to return it, but the seller did offer me a little bit of a discount for what happened, and I just decided to go with the discount and hopefully see what happens. The radiator was very, very affordable, you know, just so I won't say cheap, but very, very affordable. And yeah, so hopefully that works out okay. And of course we have serpentine belt, right? Because we're going to be doing some work in there, and it's one of those while you're there type of jobs, right? So this is what we have to work on the Ford Ranger, and hopefully, you know, we're able to do a decent job of it. We're going to bring you guys along for the ride. I'm not going to be able to put all of this in one day. I'm not really a mechanic expert, but I am going to try my best to piece it together as best as I can, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the job that I get done here, right? Like I said, I'll bring you guys throughout the way, and we can make this Ranger work a little bit better, right? So let's go ahead and bring you guys back over here to this angle right there. Right there, looks pretty good. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get started, and like in true like in true YouTube form, we're gonna go ahead and move all of that stuff out of the way so that you guys have a clear shot of it. Okay, so here we go. Ready, and well, you look at that, it 100% worked. Everything is actually gone, right? So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we're gonna bring you guys along for the ride. So let's go ahead and see what it is we can do on this Ranger. All right, let's begin. That's that plastic part that I told you guys about. Okay guys, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Safety goggles, of course, because safety squints can only get you so far, right? I don't like getting things in my eyes. And so we're gonna go ahead and start off by taking off this part here, which is going to give us a little bit more access to the radiator. We're gonna start to drain out the radiator and get as far down as we could. So this is gonna come out, and then we'll get access to the radiator, upper radiator hose. I'm gonna go down here. Let's see, I'm sure I can probably show you guys down there, where we will be opening that valve to let all the gunk out of the radiator. We did put in a flush so we can get as much gunk as we can. We ran it for about 60, 70 miles. Hopefully that's enough. It says to run it for about 6 hours, but we're just gonna do it, you know, 60, 70 miles, and hopefully that's enough, like I said. But the water should come out very, very dirty, and then we'll go ahead and put some clean coolant fluid once we're all done. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best to get as far as I can. This is just another indicator, I think, up here that the radiator is, or the water pump might be spitting out that water as mentioned. Right, so as you can see, there's some fluid all over the place. And as mentioned before, there's some right here as well that's just been collected. So let's go ahead and get started and start taking things apart. So what we're going to use right here to remove these is a simple size 8mm. Right. Listen to that clap. Wow, looks like this thing hasn't been removed in a while, if ever. Okay, there you go. And this one has come off as well. There is another hose right here on the side. I don't see any sensors. Okay, so there you go. This guy's came off. And we may want to change this one possibly too. It does have some cracking over here at the end. I don't know. We'll see if I find another one online maybe. I'll go ahead and get one. But all in all, it is together. I know it looks a little bit dirty, but all in all, it is complete. Oh, look. This little gasket part looks like it's coming apart as well. So we'll see. We'll see if I can find another one between now and the time that I'm done here. All right, so this one was there. So now we have much more access to our actual radiator, right? And it's no surprise that, you know, we have this access. Ford trucks have a lot of space, I guess, up here in front. This little Ranger is no different. So we're gonna go to the bottom to unloosen that guy, and then see if we can catch the fluid coming out. And what we're doing is we're just basically catching it on a big tray. What I'm using is actually a cement mixing tray. It's not the massive one, but it is pretty decent size. I don't know the exact capacity of it, but that's what we are using. Let me go ahead and show you while I adjust my tripod here. My apologies. This is the tray that I'm using, by the way. You know, very simple tray for cement usually. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's what we're going to try to remove up there, that little white cap. You guys can see it. Removing that will allow for the radiator fluid to come down that way, okay? Okay, so I think I'm better off doing it from the top and see if I can get you guys in there with me. And by the way, this is going to be 3/4. So it's very, very loose. I just did it once really with the socket wrench. Do I even have water? Oh man, I think this is empty. Not good, not good at all. Wow. Yeah, so I think I'm out of coolant, or anything for that matter, which is 100% not good. Nothing is leaking there. Not good, not good. Loosening the upper radiator hose right there. I'm going to come over this way, take off this little hose right there. It's just on there, kind of. Remove it from these little clips here. One clip. Two clips. And this one goes all the way over here to the little reservoir tank. We're going to put it down in case there's anything in there and it drips. But as you guys saw, I think my radiator is 100% empty. Which is obviously not good. That hose goes to the thermostat right there. We're going to go ahead and get access to that thermostat and remove the housing, take off the thermostat itself, and just kind of go from there, right? So now we're gonna go ahead and take off the shroud here, the fan shroud. So I don't know if there's another screw on this shroud or not. Maybe at the bottom, so let's go check down there if there's another screw to be removed. No, it looks like we just have clips. So I'm gonna have to pull that up. Or push it from up here down here. I'm not sure. So let's see. Oh, just quick little push. That did the job. And then the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna loosen that hose right there. I don't know if I'm getting a good shot or not. But we're gonna loosen this hose for the bottom part, or the lower radiator hose. Okay. This part down there, I'm gonna be using an 8mm with 2 extensions so I can get there easier. And the moment of truth, let's see if there's any fluid in this truck. Well, we got some fluid came out of there. I guess it wasn't entirely empty. All right, so we'll take a look at what came out here. Of course, we missed half of it. But it wasn't really much, and something else broken came out. I am really hoping it was not in the actual hose. Wow, I don't know what this could be, but we'll take a look regardless. So far that's all we got as far as fluid is concerned. And then we're gonna go ahead and take these guys off right there. I don't know if those are also 8s. No, those are probably 10s, so we're gonna go ahead and look for those. They are indeed 10s. Once again, kudos to all you YouTubers who can do this with one hand. Great job, great job. Number 10. And I think that might just be it. I think it's just a matter of pulling it out now. So let's see if we can do that. All right, so I think it's just a matter of shaking, rattling, and rolling this thing out of here. Light isn't in the way. Huh, look at that. Easy peasy. So again, this radiator is not broken necessarily, but I did have an issue as mentioned before. I'm gonna go ahead and take out these clamps right here in case I need them for, whoops, for the other radiator. I'll try to take that off in a bit. But look, let me show you something that I did notice. It does look like it's kind of rotting a little bit down there, right? So, but everything seems to be fine. Doesn't look like it's damaged anywhere here. And now, as for that piece that I had mentioned earlier, now that piece from the new one that's broken is just this piece right there. So like I said, I'm hoping that it's not of, you know, major necessity for the radiator to function correctly. But we're gonna go ahead and nevertheless go ahead and use the new one that's a little busted. There is a little bit of fluid in here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it in our tray. What if I bring it out through the top? Let's see. Oh, there you go. Okay, here we go. Radiator out. Let's see, what else can we get out now that we have access. So the actual fan shroud is going to become, wow, I'm going to show you guys what that clutch looks like, okay, in a moment. So this shroud, again, thankfully is not cracked or broken. We're going to clean it right up, and hopefully it'll look nice and new again, right? Making everything look great again. Or wait, let me just use another phrase. Anyhow, so let's go ahead and take a look at the actual fan blades. The actual fan is, as mentioned before, in a little bit of need to, for improvement. There are some cracks that we noticed when we did our initial inspection there. And I'm talking about like in this area. Now, I don't know if it'll survive with those hairline cracks, but there's some everywhere. If you can see, as you can see right here, there's a crack. I'm hoping that I can get it really well. You can actually see the fan clutch through there. Another crack there, another one right there. So yeah, as you can see, there are quite a few cracks on there, and so just to avoid any issues, we are going ahead and take it off right now. What I want to show you in here, if I can get my light in, is the actual fan clutch. Take a look at that. Look at that, years of, that looks like chocolate pudding. I'm not gonna try it, of course, because, well, I don't eat chocolate, at least not today. But it is caked on there. So honestly, I was not able to really tell whether or not my fan clutch was bad. All I do know is that this one does not look good at all. So I'm glad that we're going to be replacing the actual fan clutch and the fan itself. So these guys are going to come off, and I hope I am able to take them off, because if not, then, well, yeah, we're going to have to start over somewhere, I guess, right? So let's go ahead and continue with that. I think I do need a special tool to remove the fan. I'm going to go pick that up. And meanwhile, I'll take off the actual heater hoses, right? One right here to the water pump, and the other one right here to the thermostat housing, I think it goes into. This is my other hose. We're gonna change that thermostat out. All right, guys, so we're gonna go ahead and see how much we can get done today, how much else. If you guys, I might end the episode here and pick up the next part next time. So thank you guys so much for simply watching Aguilar. Hey guys, once again, thanks for subscribing to the channel. We have gotten 12 more subscribers since I started. I know it doesn't seem like much, but for you 12 out there, thank you so much for subscribing. And we're gonna keep up, trying to get some more content and get it out to you as soon as possible. Thanks again. And if you like to take a look at guys try to fix this, again, I've never done anything like this, then this is the right channel for you. You guys are simply watching Aguilar. And for this project of the Ford Ranger, we're gonna maybe call it like the Ranger Rescue Mission, restoring the Ranger Rescue, something. We'll come up with something, right? But anyhow, this is me signing off for right now, where we're going to try to take off more pieces on the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one, and God bless, and take care of everybody, right? So long.